The Detroit Lions have the best record in the NFC North. However, though, in their game against the Chicago Bears, they sure as hell didn't play like they were the best team in the NFC North. And some accountability must start being passed down. We're going to talk about it in today's episode, folks, so stay tuned.
We used to be a team no one respected. We used to be a team no one feared. That was then. This is now.
First victory of the year on the line. Goff's got it. Back, looks, throws, end zone. Yes! Caught!
You know who we are.
10-5, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
And you know where to find us. We won't be far. We'll be on your front porch waiting for you. We are the New Era Lions. And
we are driven by Detroit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and with that, we're diving in. But before we dive in, I just want to say to everybody that's coming back to the show, thank you all for your view, thank you all for your support, thank you all for your patronage. And I also just want to keep saying thank you all for being loyal subscribers. Thank you all so much. It means the world to me. And to those that are tuning into my show for the very first time, I just want to say thank you all for giving my show a shot. Welcome on in. Thank you all for everything that you do. Again, hope you all enjoy the content, and I also hope to gain your subscription if I've earned and deserved it. With that being said, to everybody, I just want to say God bless. I hope you all are having a great day, and with that, let's get into it. So, here's the thing, folks. I'm doing this recording literally about an hour and a half after the game is over against the Bears. I didn't wait until the day after to make the recording. I didn't wait until a couple of hours later. And the reason why is simply put is because as Lions fans, there is a innate balance that we as fans go back and forth between. We're immensely prideful of our team. We love our team. We love our Lions. But that love can instantly turn to downright disgust at points. It can turn into something that borders on the edge of hate for some people. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I love my Lions to death. I love them. I invest in them. I believe in them. And I will always root for them. And for me, probably the one thing about this game that probably hurts more, is worse than the loss itself, is just the simple fact and nature of there are Lions fans out there that literally let their passion for the team overtake their sense and their reason. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. What I saw on that field yesterday against the Chicago Bears was an absolute embarrassing, shocking, disappointing, just ripping out of the soul of a Lions fan that I could possibly imagine. And here's the reason why. The Lions needed to win that game, not necessarily because it would have improved their record, but the Lions' ultimate goal this year, other than getting to the playoffs, has been to win the NFC North Division, something they have not done since 1993. That game yesterday, had we won it, would have been, and the reason I say yesterday is because that's when I'm releasing it, is today on Monday. Had we won that game yesterday against the Bears, that game would have gone a long way towards us winning the division. Because let's think about this, folks. Not only do we need to win the division in terms of overall record, but for us Lions fans, there is also a responsibility to have the best division record in our division. And here's why that game yesterday is so downright disgusting to us Lions fans. It's why it's such a heart-wrenching loss. And there's multiple reasons for it. But let's think about this just from the perspective of what we saw on the field. This is a team that throughout the majority of the year, on offense, yes, I'm going to start with the offense, and then I'm going to go to the defense, that on offense has been able to prove that even though there have been times where it has sputtered, even though there have been times where it has faltered, it still can manage to put up points and be effective. And yet yesterday's game was not only a complete and total collapse, it was an ass-kicking of the worst variety against a Bears defense that, for the most part, was not much better statistically than what ours is. And our defense has been statistically crap all year. Here's the thing about that troubles me. That is very, very concerning to me. And I'm not using any notes. This is just me talking to you guys like as if I was sitting in a room with you. You have, on that offense, so many damn weapons. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, Jamison Williams. You have all these damn weapons. And yet, we could not use virtually any of them throughout the majority of the game. The best usage of weaponry that we had in that game was Jahmyr Gibbs. He was the best use of weaponry we had. He found a lot of good open lanes, was able to pick up a lot of good chunk plays for us. But other than that, our offense virtually did nothing. Jared Goff had a terrible game yesterday. I'm a big Jared Goff fan. I still believe in Jared Goff, but to say that he had a good game would be absolutely stupid. That was a horrible game by Jared Goff. He was throwing balls into tight windows. Granted, he had to. There were times where Jared Goff was not getting protected. Taylor Decker constantly was getting beat by freaking Montez Sweat and other edge rushers. But regardless of the situation, Jared Goff could not lead that offense to score points, could not utilize the weapons that they had to somehow drive down the field and score points. That's a failure on Goff. And Goff failed yesterday. But it's also a failure on Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is the ultimate authority for that offense. He is the coordinator. It's his game plan. But yet throughout the majority of that game, pretty much from halftime until the end, our offense disappeared, was non-existent. Could not even pick up a freaking first down until fourth quarter. That's horrible. The offensive line could not block to save Jared Goff. Jared Goff could not find open wide receivers. Receivers like Amon-Ra St. Brown, who have been usually so consistent for us throughout the entirety of the year, dropping passes. Twice in the fourth quarter, Amon-Ra St. Brown dropped passes that he normally catches from Jared Goff. And Jared Goff hit him in the middle of the field when there was nobody else around him except the one time, but still should have caught the pass. These are things that are very, very concerning. They're very upsetting for me as a Lions fan because we have seen how explosive, how ridiculously good this offense has been over the course of the last year and a half. And to see our offense against a Bears defense, which has been playing better, but yet still is considered one of the worser defenses in the NFL right now, get completely manhandled, disassembled, and destroyed, that is unacceptable. It is ultimately humiliating. And the reason why is not necessarily just because of the fact that we lost. It's because it's against a division rivalry in a game that absolutely meant a lot. And like I said, it's not just Jared Goff. I still believe in Jared Goff. I still think that he is the Lions quarterback. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. I will defend it until my dying breath because that is what I believe. It's what I believe Dan Campbell believes. It's what I believe Brad Holmes believes. And until I hear something different, ain't nothing going to change my opinion on that. But to say that Goff did not have a bad game is dumb. He had a horrible game, as did virtually the rest of the damn offense. The offensive line could not block. The freaking wide receivers were dropping passes they should have dropped. They were not getting separation from their freaking defenders. Jared Goff was missing open throws. Again, the point of the matter is the offense utterly failed the majority of that game to do anything. That's the offense. So blame goes all around on the offense for me. Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, offensive line, whether it's Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, the guards, I don't care. Everybody gets blame. But then we go to the defense. I've said it more times than I care to. I have gone down this hill and up this hill. I have made this argument left and right, and I can't put it any more than I have already. Aaron Glenn has to go. He must be fired. Aaron Glenn cannot do his job. This game against the Chicago Bears was yet another riveting testimony to his inability to frickin' get after Justin Fields, who is the embodiment outside of Lamar Jackson of a mobile quarterback. We still cannot frickin' stop him. We did a lot better holding Justin Fields in terms of the running game today. But the problem was that even though the rushing component was held for a lot better in check, we still could not get after Justin Fields with any consistency to consistently bring him down with sacks, make sure he couldn't throw the ball away after he broke containment on pocket, whatever else. Justin Fields, like he did in that last game against us, completely tore us apart, whether it was on the ground or through the air. The best that our defense was able to do was those last 2 drives before the first half. And if anybody goes back and watches my live stream of the game, I literally said this at halftime. I said, I'm curious to see if this is a full-blown adjustment and Aaron Glenn has finally woken up, or if we're going to go right back to the same dumb crap we have seen every single time that we've had against a mobile quarterback. And no sooner had I said that, halftime's over, and we're right back to where we were. We can't get any pressure on Justin Fields, except for 1 sack. That was it. Justin Fields was back there, was carving us up through the air. The running game was going. We couldn't do anything. And this is the same man who, in his interview earlier last week, when asked about adjustments, he literally said, I laugh at it. Ain't nobody laughing, Aaron Glenn. You're the only one laughing. You're the only one that's thinking that, hey, you know what? Everybody else doesn't know what's going on, but I do. Everybody else doesn't see what I'm doing as a problem, but we do. When our defense is constantly getting murdered, annihilated, destroyed by opposing offenses that we should be easily beating, that's a problem. And yet you're sitting back here and trying to tell us that, oh, our defense is doing all these things really good. If they're doing these things so great, why are we not seeing them on the field? Why are we only seeing them in spurts? Drive here, drive there, play here, play there. I can't understand that. I can't fathom that. And then furthermore, to add further insult to injury, you know you're going into a game where your edge rushers are going to have to play at their best. You leave the one edge rusher last week in the New Orleans Saints game behind. He got 2 hits on Derek Carr. Ultimately was probably the biggest reason why the Lions were able to win that game, because he knocked out Derek Carr from the game. Wasn't malicious, but still, Derek Carr did not come back. So you leave him behind and instead decide that Aiden Hutchinson's going to be the primary one you get to apply pressure. Now, yes, John Kaminsky also got a sack. Jalen Reeves-Maben also got a sack. But that's my whole point. The utilization of talent on this defense by Aaron Glenn has again proven he does not know what the hell he's doing. I don't care what anyone says. Aaron Glenn has proven time and time and time again he is unfit for the job. He is unable to perform the task. It's not a joke anymore. No one's laughing. There is no way on God's green earth or Satan's fiery hell that you could say that Aaron Glenn has earned the right to continue to coach this defense. This defense has not done virtually anything good in a long time. The offense, yeah, it sputters and it has problems. But this is the same offense that last week scored 33 points against the New Orleans Saints, a Saints defense that has been considered a better defense than the Bears. This is the same offense that has scored 30 and 40 points throughout the majority of their games this year, had a streak of up-teen games of 20 points or more in a game. That's what this offense can do. So despite the problems on offense, that's why I've been much more harsh with the defense. Because again, more talent, more patience, more everything has been placed on this defense to step up. And it has continued to fail in that regard. Now again, that's me talking about the defense at length. But that's not the only thing that I need to talk about here. There's the coaching. I've already laced into Aaron Glenn pretty good. I'm not going to lace into him again. But I'm definitely going to lace into Dan Campbell, and I'm definitely going to lace into Ben Johnson. I don't understand why Dan Campbell in the fourth quarter, or not the fourth quarter, sorry, the second quarter, decided to go for it on 4th and 10. But that was a bad play design. It was a bad play call, a bad play design, bad execution by Jared Goff, bad all around. 4th and 10 in the second quarter. That is not when you decide to go for it on 4th down. Terrible decision. And then it just got worse and worse and worse as the day went by. There were decisions in that game that literally made no sense to me. The freaking challenge by freaking Dan Campbell on that one catch by Cole Kmet. It was like, listen, you take a look at that play. There is nothing there that is absolutely 100% going to overturn that play. Why did you throw that challenge flag? You just burned us a timeout in the second half, and we're desperately going to need those timeouts. Don't understand that. But then we get to Ben Johnson here. I've been a stout defender of Ben Johnson. I've liked what I've seen out of him a lot of the times. But I'm sorry, there is something going on with this offense right now, and I don't know what Ben Johnson is doing, but every single week I am left scratching my head, and I am left wondering, what is going on? I understand, Chicago, the weather was not the greatest, you had high winds, but it's like, for crying out loud, there are times when we're trying to throw a pass that we only need about a couple of yards for, we're trying to throw the ball down the field like 10, 15 yards. Take the easy completions. There are times when the running game's working really well and we decide to pass it. Take the run. It's picking up yardage. Why are we constantly trying to flip script when something's working? Again, what is the saying with running backs? Whoever's got the hot hand, that's what we're going to continue to do. But yet when it comes to the offense, when we find something that works, then all of a sudden we flip script and we go back to what wasn't working. I don't understand that. It's like, listen, you keep running what is working until that defense learns how to stop it. But yet, for whatever reason, there's a constant mix match. There is a constant changing back and forth that makes no sense. We have one coordinator that won't change. We have a coordinator that changes all the damn time. Why can't the two figure out, hey, we need to change ideologies here about changing things up? One needs to make adjustments more often. One needs to make adjustments less often. Stick with what works, Ben Johnson. If running the ball is working, don't start trying to throw it. Make the defense that you're opposing stop the running game so then you can start using play action and opening said passing game. It's that simple. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It seems like that our coaches are overthinking this crap way too much. And it's causing problems with the damn defense and offense. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Do y'all remember last year when Dan Campbell literally said that we're overloading the players? We need to just simply go back to the simplistic measures, the simple basics. After that started happening, the team started winning because they weren't overloading the players. Now, I'm going to say this. Whether or not that's happening, I don't know. But it seems to me that we're trying to do more when in reality, we need to do less. We are 9-4 right now. Thank God we have those 9 wins, and thank God we actually have a cushion in the NFC North, so that way, even though the loss sucks, we still can win the NFC North. But it's like, dude, these coaches have got to figure out something to make this game work better for this Lions ball club because there's no discipline on either the offense or the defense. We were getting penalized on both sides of the ball against the Bears. That cannot happen in December. We had no execution on either side of the ball. We were getting blown in coverages so many times that Cole Kmet was wide open by 5-10 yards almost every time he caught a pass. That freaking 4th down and 13 when freaking DJ Moore goes into the end zone for a touchdown, he freaking roasted Jerry Jacobs for days. That's poor execution. You take a look at the offense. Bad pass blocking, bad reads, bad whatever. Now, I'm going to say this before I end this video. I'm not saying SOL. I will be damned if I ever say that. But for crying out loud here, an expectation was made at the beginning of this year. The expectation was made, and everybody has expected that that expectation was going to be held. And right now, it's not being held. It's not something to say, hey, I'm angry, so that means I'm SOL. No, I'm angry because we were told, listen, we're going to win. We expect to win. And here's the thing, while we've won 9 games, some of those games we've won have been by the skin of our teeth in lucky, gritty games. And it's like, listen, we shouldn't be struggling as much as we are right now. So I still believe in Dan Campbell. I still believe in Jared Goff. I still believe in this team. The only one I don't believe in is Aaron Glenn. I'm going to make that stipulation right there. But here's what I will say. I am not by any means SOL. I am just disappointed. I am frustrated because I know this team can do better. I've seen it do better. I want it to do better. So, I'm not SOL. I'm still very much brand new Lions, new era Lions. But I am frustrated that this team that I know can do so well is not doing it. I know the potential's there. I know the talent is there. I know that ability to make those plays is there. So I want to see it. I'm desperate to see it. And I don't know what these coaches or players have got to do to wake them up from their self-induced hibernation, but they better figure it out soon. We're in December. We've got games against the Broncos, the Vikings twice, and the Cowboys. We've got 4 weeks left until playoff time. This is not the time to be trying to figure out how to play football in December. We should already know this. But for some reason, ever since at least the Ravens game, we've seemed to have lost that ability. It's like as soon as we played that game against the Ravens where we got our butts handed to us, we have lacked confidence on both sides of the ball at points. And now it seems like it's really starting to affect the team's chemistry. And I'm not saying that this team is not confident, but it's like, listen, there are times where it just looks like we're searching for answers, and it's like, listen, go back to what works. There's nothing wrong with keeping with the same problems, the same thing that worked to solve the problems that you had. Why are we making things more complicated when we should be making them more simple? That's all I'm saying. So yes, I still believe in Dan Campbell. I still love Dan Campbell. I still believe in Jared Goff. I still love Jared Goff. I still believe in my Detroit Lions. I still love my Detroit Lions. But because of what I am seeing, my frustration is an all-time high. My disappointment is at an all-time high. That's what I'm saying. And I'm telling you this right now. To anybody who is looking to just simply make me mad just for the sake of making me mad for entertainment value, I got news for you. I am going to try my best not to give you the satisfaction. The only reason I'm so animated right now is because it's literally an hour and a half after the game is over. But I'm telling you this right now. Those people that just like to troll me just for the sake of trolling me to get my ire up, that's the worst kind of fan possible. And those people ought to be ashamed of themselves. But anyway, I'm going to end this episode. I think I have said my piece. Offense, defense, coaching, the whole thing. But I'm also going to say this. The refs also screwed us over once again. But I'm not going to blame the refs. We had plenty of opportunities to win that game outside of the refs. But with that having been said, I'm just going to say thank you all for watching yet another episode of MCM, Motor City Mania. If you liked what you saw, which I doubt some people are going to say they didn't at all, regardless, I would ask you to please do one of these three things. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If by chance you liked what you saw, I highly encourage y'all to do this too. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and not had a chance to do so, again, please subscribe. It helps me out. But also, after you subscribe to the channel, I also ask that you would also make sure to turn on that bell notification icon as well, so that way you never miss anything else that I push out. I also encourage y'all, please, to share this content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere and everywhere you can with everybody and anybody that you can. And with that being said, I just want to again say thank you all for watching the show. Thank you all for watching the content. And I just want to again say, as much as this sucks losing against the Lions, I'm still all for my Detroit Lions. I love my Lions. Go Lions, one pride. And to everybody, I just want to say God bless. I hope y'all are having a good day. And let's move on to play against the Broncos on Saturday night. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.